So lesson number 8 is going to be all about alcohol. Now, it's usually one of the first things that we get asked or that people struggle with the most when it comes to getting in shape and losing weight, because alcohol or the weekends, nights out, birthdays, parties, Christmases, holidays, etc. generally always end up with people consuming alcohol. And the thing is, from one of the earlier lessons, you'll know that alcohol has about 7 calories per gram, which is like almost double protein and carbs, and just a little bit less than fats. So let's take a look. So we obviously want you to be able to live a flexible, balanced lifestyle, and that includes going out for meals and food and drinks and stuff like that with friends and family, or being able to socialize, but being able to do that in a way that you can still enjoy your life and still get results. So this is what we're going to be discussing today. So first of all, probably doesn't need me to explain to you some of the reasons why or how the alcohol maybe can affect your results. So let's have a look. Number one is it can cause a reduction in your NEAT, which is your non-activity thermogenesis, which is basically anything that you're doing when you're not actually working out. So getting your steps in, for instance, because you spend most of your time on the sofa not really wanting to do anything. You make poor choices if you're not choosing the right drinks, for instance. Obviously some drinks are better than others in terms of the calorie content, not in terms of the benefits in which they're going to provide, because more often than not, alcohol doesn't produce any or provide any nutritional value whatsoever. It can cause a loss of willpower when you're drunk. Obviously, if you're drunk or you're hungover, chances of you wanting to go and train probably not going to happen. It can impact your sleep, really can impact your sleep. And over excessive consumption can lower your testosterone levels, which can make it harder then to lose body fat and to build muscle. So moving on, we want to know how we can actually make this work for you so that you can enjoy that flexible, balanced lifestyle and still achieve your goals. So what we need to do then is understand the calorie content in certain foods and drinks, and the best way to do that is obviously by tracking everything. So when you put something into MyFitnessPal, it comes up with it's the largest database that there is to do with food tracking. Then obviously you just need to pick your best guess or your best option as to what you think that serving size or portion of food or whatever it might be into MyFitnessPal, and then it will work out the rest for you. It'll give you your calories, it'll give you your macros, it'll tell you all the data that you need to know, that we can then help you assess at the end of the week and basically make sure that you're making progress. So here's just a list of different alcohol varieties, if you like. So on the lower end, lower calorie, you've got stuff like gin and tonic. So I'm a fan of gin and tonics. I know that if I'm going out or if I'm on holiday or something like that, I can pre-schedule gin and tonic into my app. Then I know roughly I've got 5 to 10 drinks to play with there, and it's all counted within my calories, and I know that I don't need to worry about my goals or my results being blown because I've had a few drinks or because I've been out and had a social. Obviously, moving up the scale, then you've got things like vodka and cokes, beers. Then you're obviously increasing. You're looking at 150 calories, then probably 250 calories. You're looking at stuff like your WKD, Smirnoff Ices, and pints of beer. All right, so obviously you want to be making the best choices that you possibly can in order for you to stay on track and achieve your goals. So how do we go about that? Adding in a social event so that you don't blow your results. So I briefly mentioned this in a previous video, and that is something that we call calorie borrowing. So if you've got a daily intake of around 2,500, that's a weekly total of 17,500. Okay, so what you can do is you can borrow calories from 1 or 2 days or more days, which gives you a little bit of extra wiggle room come the weekend. So here in this example, you've got 4 days on your 2,500. You've got 2 lower days where you've borrowed some calories on 2,000, so maybe the day before or the day after, and then on your party day, let's say, you can then increase, so you've saved yourself some extra calories, and you're still only coming in at the same amount of calories for the week, which means you should still be able to make progress, or at the very least maintain whatever it is that you're aiming to achieve. Okay, so once you, again, going back to tracking, like I said, it's important that you track and you put everything in there to the best of your knowledge, the best of your ability, and then we can help you assess the data. But this is how you go about doing it. You track everything, and then you can start to manipulate so that you can then make it work for you. So how do you go about tracking it? You basically put everything into MyFitnessPal. It's worthwhile doing, I would say, before you go out, not necessarily as you're doing it, because it's easy to kind of get caught up in the moment and maybe end up drinking too much. So if you can pre-schedule or you can pre-plan a certain amount of drinks, then try and keep a tally, then that is going to be your best bet. And then what you would do is you deduct the calories from your alcohol, from your carb and fat totals, not from protein. So it's important that you always keep your protein intake the same. Therefore, we're not going to lose any muscle mass. You're not going to lose any of your hard-earned gains from when you're training in the gym. So you want to be keeping you want to try and stay within your calories if you possibly can, and then you want to be still hitting your protein. Now again, if for any reason you do go over on one particular day, think about the calorie borrowing, because you can still shave off 100 here and there to make up for a little bit of a mishap. All right, so again, just to reiterate that it's important for you to track and it's important for you to learn. Don't expect everything to be perfect. Just aim to be better, and you will start to make progress and be able to enjoy the flexible, balanced lifestyle and smash your goals. Okay, cheers guys.